Hi, I'm Gracie. I'm 8 years old and I live in Bangor. I had my tonsils taken out at Eastern Maine Medical Center. I was a little bit worried about having surgery, but everything turned out to be okay. Everyone at the hospital was so nice. Best of all, my mom was with me right up until I went to the operating room, and she was right there after my surgery was over. Are you having surgery at EMMC? There is no reason to be scared. The people at EMMC will help you feel better. Let me tell you all about my surgery. Before I went to the hospital, a nurse called on the phone. She talked to my mom about my tonsils and the other times I have been sick since I was a baby. My mom told the nurse that I take vitamins. The nurse told my mom what I could eat and drink before my surgery. Most of the time, kids can't have solid food the morning of surgery. The nurse also said I could bring my iPad. All kids can bring a stuffed animal, blanket, or a toy to the hospital. Finally, the big day arrived. It was time to have my tonsils taken out. I got up out of bed and got dressed. My mom said I couldn't have any breakfast because it would make me feel bad after my surgery. She said I could have a special treat when we got home from the hospital. We drove to the hospital and my mom parked in the parking garage. We signed in, and the person at the desk asked me and my mom about my tonsils. I told her that I was ready to have them taken out. We sat in the waiting room for a few minutes. Then a nurse called my name and brought me and my mom into a room. I stepped on the scale and had my temperature taken. They also measured how tall I was. My mom says I keep growing like a weed. The nurse said that I had to have special clothes for my surgery. My mom helped me change into my new clothes. They looked like a big blue bib. The nurse gave me a coloring book and a crayon to play with while we waited until it was my turn for surgery. The nurse had a lot of questions for my mom and me. The sleep doctor came in and told me that I would be sleeping during my surgery. I was happy about that because I was starting to get tired. The nurse gave me some medicine to drink, but not everybody gets it. They said it would help me feel better. The medicine tasted like oranges. My mom hugged me and said she would see me after surgery. She said that we could go home after my surgery, and pretty soon we could have ice cream. Then I got to go for a ride. I got on a hospital bed with wheels, and the nurse pushed me down the hall. Then it was time to have my tonsils taken out. I was starting to get even sleepier. The nurse took me down the hall into the operating room. She told me that everyone would have a mask on their face and a hat on their head to stop the spread of germs. The operating room was big, with lots of lights and shiny stuff. I was in the middle of the room, and there were a few people with me. Just like the nurse said, everyone was wearing masks and funny blue hats. I was only in there a couple of minutes before the sleep doctor put a mask on my face. It smelled just like strawberries. I started to feel very tired. When I woke up, I was in a different room. I was so sleepy. My mom and the nurse were there. The nurse said that the doctor had taken out my tonsils. I don't remember a thing. There was a straw in my hand. The nurse said it would give me medicine that would make me feel better. My mom told me to lie down and rest, and the nurse said that we could go home soon. A little while later, the nurse brought me some popsicles and water. It was awesome! I was so hungry! My mom and the nurse talked about my surgery. The nurse and my mom helped me sit up and said it was time to go home. I hugged my mom and we walked down the hall and into the waiting room. I am so glad we came to Eastern Maine Medical Center for my surgery.